And a very big hello. Thank you very much for joining us as round 5 of the Aussie Racing League continues at Suzuka in Japan, a place that has seen 13 Formula One World Champions crowned and was the first Asian country to host a round of the Formula One World Championship. Let's take a look at this unique layout of figure 8, 18 turns, 5.8 kilometres in length, one massive DRS zone and a very exciting turn 1. Speaking of excitement, let's head off to our commentary team.
G'day everyone, hope you're all having a great week. It's the end of hump day and we're happy to see you here for round 6 of the ARL here at Suzuka. And I'll tell you what, we've got quite a lot to look up to because last week, well, it all happened, didn't it? My name is Nick and I'm joined tonight by Reblitz. Say hello, mate.
Howdy, how's things tonight?
Yeah, pretty good. Again, yeah, we're warming up for this one. It's going to be pretty good. If anyone here saw, if we all saw last week's race at Miami, we had, I'll tell you what, it all happened, particularly between our top 2 in the championship right now, Fluxy and Werribee, bit of contact at the end of that one. And Werribee ended up coming off best in that, and that's moved him up only 5 points within Fluxy at the top of the table. So yeah, properly tightening up, and we're getting towards the business end now, round 6 of 8. And yeah, so no mucking around now. It's going to be proper close between these two. And also we've got Dodge right there behind them, only 9 points off Werribee as well in third. SGN only 8 points off of him as well. So there's still quite a few people who can jump in and grab this one.
Yeah, so just one DNF can make a massive difference when it comes to these top 4, for sure. ABK hot on their tails with Shinudi as well in 6, but rounding up that top 6 is definitely in that contention still for the P1. We've only got, is it 2 more races left?
Yep, that's right.
We've got, and then yeah,
we have this. Of course, we have a sprint race weekend here as well, and yes, next week we go to Circuit of the Americas in Texas, and then the week after that we have our season finale in Mexico City at Circuit Trois Rivières. So yeah, it's these seasons go by quickly when you're doing week to week. Hey.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we're going to come down to the wire though for the championship for sure in the Prodigy division. Just the closeness at which the top 3-4 are racing is just astounding. So yeah, I really look forward to that. I feel like Fluxy, Dodge, and Werribee are definitely going to be fighting hard.
Yeah, that's right. And also they're right with each other in the constructors as well, the team standings, I should say. We've got ourselves only 10 points between Ferrari and AlphaTauri. And so, yeah, and there's still plenty to play for there as well. And yeah, it's going to see, they've got equal number of wins as well. So I don't know if we'll see who ends up climbing up at the end of this season. But yeah, again, we don't have long to wait. Speaking of which, we're just waiting for players to come in as well for our one-shot quali session.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fast one and then straight into the sprint race where we won't have any formation lap.
That's right, and I'll tell you what, I love the one-shot quali. Really, yeah, it's your one chance. I love that. So much pressure straight off the bat. Just trying to copy your time trial you spent all week practicing for. It's just, yeah, it's nuts. So yeah, and we're exciting. Who are your main shouts for the front row of the grid?
Well, I believe we're doing the just sprint race immediately. I don't think we're doing a qualifying session. Yeah, because we already have it all down. The top 10 reverse order grid.
Oh, I consider myself excused then. Never
You're
mind.
Fine. Yeah. So we'd have. I do believe we should have Kevin's P1 and then P2 Wawawabsi, P3 33 Evis.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, never mind. That's all set up and ready to go. And yeah, so.
Yeah, just waiting a little extra time now, but
absolutely.
Hopefully it's not a wet race. That should throw a lot of people off, as it has previously.
Yeah. Just trying to have a look now at my dodgy monitor, trying to see if I see spots of rain in the pits. Doesn't look like it. In fact, we're jumping in now. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the sprint race. Good start
Hopefully
between
it's P1.
Kevin Beavers. Oh, Beavers has got a great
Dodge gone
start.
wide.
There's two, and it looks like we've got to have the Williams up at the front, side by side between John and Kev the Gardener for second. As they wind their way through the S's real quickly.
Yeah, so far so good. Clean takeaway Dodge with a terrible start off the start. Not sure what happened. Unfortunate for him, but Evis, Kev, John off to a great start. I do believe Evis must have got in front of Kev just at the start there. I didn't get to see it though.
He did. It looked like the initial start, they were very even, but that secondary phase, just controlling the wheel spin, he had a little bit more. And now Kev's got a bit of a train falling behind him already, as we have John, Shanuti, SGN, and ABK. Oh, a little collision behind those two. Going 3 wide now as they head towards Spoon. They're getting stuck into each other right away.
Oh, and we have a big battle going on with Bassing, Fluxy, and Werribee in the back. Looks like going 3 to 4 wide almost at some points. Close to close, touching of the tyres and pushing a little bit off the track, but Bassing is holding it around the corner. Fantastic drive by Bassing, keeping it there, going down into I-30R. Whether or not they can hold it going in.
Just going to keep it hanging on the outside.
Just a bit wide.
A bit wide, but he's carried the speed. It looks like he's going to hold station for now, but those behind absolutely are not. As we have Fluxy jumping through an ABK again. We're looking to see both him and Werribee try to climb through this field, set themselves up best for the main race. Coming up just next. As we see, even more battling going on here. Side by side, 2 rows deep up again for the battle for second. Fourth, my mistake.
Yeah, a lot of action currently going on. A lot to keep track of. We have Joe in the back as well, catching up to Dodge. Dodge not having a decent catch-up right now, 2 positions up. Whether or not he can get into the top 10. We have another spinner, would seem Buster, P19, as well as the McLaren by Nordal.
Yeah, oh yeah, it looks like there's been a little bit of contact there going through the S's. Again, such a tight bit of track. You want to try and generally you go a single file through there, but when it's a sprint race and you're all squeezing together so tightly, you're going for every little bit of room that you can. It looks like.
Oh no, Bassink is off. He had such a great maneuver. He almost had 2 overtakes coming out of that corner, but a little bit too much acceleration, and he had a bit of snap oversteer into the left and into the wall. Might have some damage. We'll see.
Not going to plan for Haas at the minute. They find themselves in 18th and 20th. They've got some collections to do for the main race, but
quite a bit.
It's a fair old race though. It'll go on for quite a while, so there's plenty of time to make up for lost ground. As we see, I'm just having a quick look at the takers we have for compounds. Looks like everybody's gone for the medium except for King Cairo and Bassett himself. Curious to see what kind of gains that may yield for them. So King Cairo's doing all right at the minute. He's up in 5th, looking to gain more. He's just taken John Hayoni heading earlier on in the lap, and he's also taken Fluxy as well. So, yep, softs of the go at the minute. Do you expect them to maybe drop off before the end of this race, or will they comfortably be quicker beforehand? Yeah,
100%. So the softs are definitely going to drop off very, very fast. And maybe the 2 soft runners were banking on a possible safety car. They've seen previously how the races have been with lots of safety cars and thought possibly that might be a strategy to play. And I don't think that's the right one personally. I think the mediums are definitely going to go the longest here. For what we can get. And we have another Haas around.
Oh, could that have been Bassett going around again? Looks like it may have been. Yeah. As you see, it looks like Buster's come into the pits and grabbed himself a tiny little penalty, but never mind. We'll head back up to the front. We see the 2 Red Bulls going at it with each other.
Yeah.
As they head
Interesting little battle. I do wonder if they're going to hold that position or maybe swap around. SGN has shown himself to be a very fast driver this season, so maybe SGN wants to get ahead and can maybe just keep King Cairo and Fusi and that just behind.
I would be surprised if I didn't see a tiny little bit of team orders in here. Of course, SGN right up there with the front guys in the championship as far as pace over the past couple of weeks. As we see,
I think it's going to do it now.
Yep, Kev pulls to the left. SGN goes by, says, see ya, mate. And there he has P3. Oh, as we see, Tigger in P13 grabs the fastest lap of 132.1. Would you say that's around about the midst of the pace that we expect to see later on in the main race as well, as far as once everyone gets fully settled down and we knuckle in trying to get some undercuts and overcuts as well?
You know, I'm honestly not too sure. I can't remember. I know I just raced here, but honestly can't remember. I didn't do a good lap, so I'm not one to comment, sadly. But Kev had a spin.
He's had a spin, and he's been disqualified trying to find room to flick spin, going the wrong way, and yeah, Codemasters have had none of it.
He's on the grass. His name is Kev the Gardener, but he's had a terrible time in the grass.
That's right. He forgot the mower.
He did. He really did. So is that a VSC, or are they gonna just let it go? And
it looks like just a couple of little yellow segments. We've got one at the exit of turn 2 between one or two of the Haas's, and yeah, maybe just again cleaning up Kev's car from the long left-hand sweep. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
it
just looks like Evis is just taking the money. He's run with it.
He's taken the lead and he's not looked back, has he?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, and we've got his teammate now.
Drive.
Oh, absolutely. He's been the man on form at the minute tonight. Yeah.
The Haas that went around Bassing, sadly. He's not having a good time. Not sure what's going on, whether it's setup issues or the softs just aren't working well. I'm overly not too sure. It is a hot circuit. You got to remember that. Your tire pressures, personally for me, way down just so that they don't get too hot. So maybe that might be an issue as well.
Especially once you get that first spin, the core of the rears just heats up, and it's so hard to temper them for the rest of the way around.
Yeah, exactly. Very
it's
true.
Evil in this game, and I feel like the one before it as well.
Yeah.
Now,
I've got lots of experience with that.
Oh, yeah, you and me both, mate. So it can make your life hell sometimes. Now, what we've also seen as well, we've seen a couple of moves happen. Mainly, we've seen John, unfortunately, going backwards a little bit. We've seen ABK and Dodge both work their way around him.
Yeah, Dodge making up a lot of positions, hasn't he?
Absolutely. He's trying to claw back as many points as he can. He's currently ahead of both Waraboy and Fluxy. Fluxy may have had a bit of a bust up earlier, because I remember seeing him a bit further up in the pack battling with his teammate King Cairo up in around 5th, and he's found himself back down in 12th, so he may have missed something there.
Oh, and John's gone off.
Well, yeah, what's happened?
In a little spin, but I think he's kept it on track. But yeah, lost about 4 or 5 positions there. Waraboy now taking 7th place.
Yeah, ooh, a little bit of chaos going into 130R, not knowing who's got how much room. As we see, a bit of movement up at the front, we're seeing Shanudi and ABK exchange fastest laps. Now, we've just crossed the line now. We've got 4 laps to go. The gap is still 3.1 seconds. Shanudi was narrowly quicker than Beavis last lap, which grabbed him the fastest lap for a very short amount of time.
Sorry to cut you off.
Well, yeah.
We have a battle going on in the midfield with Flucy and Waraboy, the 2 championship leaders.
They're right with each other, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Oh, Bassing, unfortunate, not the greatest day for him.
Yeah, he's got some... he's going to collect himself for the main race.
Yeah, he's... I don't know, maybe he's, like you said, just... Oh, but he got the fastest lap. That was Buster, his teammate, actually. Bassing is retired.
Well, yeah, he looks like he's gone into the wall at the hairpin.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah.
Unfortunate.
Perhaps wasn't going to get any points. So, yeah, again, just focusing forward for him for the minute.
Yeah.
As we see,
do you think Flucy will take over from P8, or do you reckon Waraboy's got the guts to hold him out?
Ooh, I'm not sure. Again, the main thing as well is where do you want to position yourself for the start? Because of course, if you find yourself finishing in an odd numbered position, in this case, Fluxy would be in 9th. Because of course, do points? If I remember correctly, points don't even go this far down the field, do they? But if you're able to position yourself on the left-hand side of the grid, that's where all the rubber is for the racing line. So
yeah, there's also the driving line as well to go down into it. Yeah, you want to be on that left side.
Exactly. But Waraboy either lets him have it, or Fluxy just uses the power of the DRS and that mighty Honda engine, or should I say Red Bull power unit, to grab himself P8.
His ERS completely gone, whilst Waraboy has a ton. So maybe a tactical let over, he's just let him go over his side and just, wants to say that ERS and maybe get back on the DRS straight. But we have a spin somewhere up front.
Ooh, what's happening? Oh, it's Beavis. He's gone round.
As well as Dodge had an incident as well.
He has too. He's down in 11th now. What's happening here?
They want to see leaders. Challenge the leaders. Do we have?
Absolutely. We'll see the leader now. Shinudi now has the lead. Taz has timed it perfectly to ask us to bring it back to the leaders as we're seeing a couple of little spins take place here.
As well as SGN closing in. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's now up in. He's only a second behind Shinudi. Shinudi maybe having to do a bit of evasive manoeuvres to get around this while he was round. And yeah, now it's still shaking up.
Wow, this is going to be down to the wire. I can feel it.
Absolutely, he's getting closer. SGN again. He's pulled 2/10 in this sector. He's going to be well within DRS range. What will it be by the time? Well, how much will he close in over these last few laps? It's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. I just wonder, why is he catching up so much? Maybe the tires are just on for Shinudi.
Yeah, oh, maybe does Shinudi have any end plate damage? Because I don't see any. But yeah, he's gained a ton of time. He's gained 3/10 since the start of this lap or thereabouts, and yeah, losing a bit of time in the
Shinudi under fueled as well, possibly, and he may be trying to fuel save. There's quite a bit of theory into it, what's going on, but the ERS is practically identical. But yeah.
Shinidi's still grabbing a little bit of it, a little bit of ERS, trying to gain as much as he can. Because Shinudi through this first sector, it might just be a difference in wing because he's pulled the gap back out to a second through these twisties.
Yeah, he has, true.
SGN on those 0-0 wings. And Beavis may have spun, but he's right back in it. He's only 7/10 off SGN as well, so neither of them can relax at the minute.
Yeah, he's done a great job, whether or not his accident was too significant, it doesn't seem like it, of whatever happened, but yeah, he's kept it definitely in the top 3 still, and we have another little spin with old mate James in the Aston Martin. That's unfortunate. James not having the best of seasons this far.
And it looked like it backed up the whole group from 13th on backwards as well. Yeah, it got all the more overtaking. It looks like, John's got himself some front wing damage. In fact, so does Bass Baby, who's just got around him as well for P13. So, yeah, a little bit of contact here and there. Never hurt anyone. Unless you're a front wing.
Skipper.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you. We saw you yesterday. I know you're a long-time viewer. Also, we have Shinudi, SGN, Evis, all within half a tenth almost. This is coming down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see for each of these positions, it's going to be tricky to try and make a move, but regardless, these guys are going to give it their all. This is, after all, although of course you don't want to bin it and ruin your chances of getting a good start for the main race as well. So again, aggression is there, but maybe a tiny bit of caginess. We're not sure.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. This is just a sprint. If you bin it here, it's going to be horrible. If you take a P3, then a P3 it is. It's still a great position, so no need to push too much.
Now, man who's getting no crumb of comfort. Boy's made his way back through on Fluxy, playing with his prey almost, you could believe. And now, of course, Fluxy, again, he'll be lining himself up. He hasn't quite got the ERS of Boy, but again, we may see some last-minute dive bombs. But we'll cut to the front to see if we get any up here as well. Staying fairly well in line as they come through the final chicane. Looks like cool heads are going to prevail for now. And Shinudi is going to bring home a sprint race win. Good for him, very good for him. SGN's going to grab second, and Beavis is going to grab third. And we're going to get a nice P3-4 duo for the Williams team as well. That's an all right start to the weekend. We'll see some last-minute chaos. Well, chaos is a strong word. We've seen Dodge go around once again. Slightly embellished that one. My bad.
P11 over Dodge. It's still a good recovery though for him, despite the incidents.
Far from worst case scenario, that's for sure. Just see the last few cars come through as we see side by side between Nordal and Bass Baby. Nordal grabs it by just shy of 0.02 of a second. Nice little battle to end that one there as well. So
9 laps, but so much drama, and you can just fit into that 9 laps.
Yeah, and that's what we love about Prodigy League. Is always it's such a tight knit field, and yeah, you're never free from a bit of a bit of hectic action, and that's why we love it. So here we have results. Werribee and Fluxy are going to pick up points from that. Werribee gains himself 1 point on Fluxy, brings the margin down to a tiny, minuscule 4 points. So, yeah, again, yep, fair play to Beebs. Hasn't touched the game in a week. Grabs himself P3 his first time back. Yep, anyone would be happy with that one. So, yep, eyes forward for the race ahead as well.
Quite
and his pace was
impressive.
good. Again, after not playing the game for a week, his pace was solid. Right up at the front until that little mishap with a few laps to go. So, yeah, again, eyes forward. Anything's possible.
Yeah, Werribee, Fluxy, two to keep a look after because they're going to be battling it out all through this entire race. I can feel it. Lap 1 is going to be the most interesting. Whether or not one of them succeeds the position when coming into the racing line, coming into the right-hand turn. We'll see. Hopefully no bumps happen, but we've seen these two bump each other, go at each other quite previously, so I'm looking forward to the battle.
It's only been 7 days since the last time they came together.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Harsh words were exchanged. I don't know if we were here for the post-race interviews. Yep, that was fiery.
Yeah. But it's good. Emotions run high. We get to see people excited, tensed up, adrenaline rushing, and at their limit. So it's always fun.
We're all about the passion. Pinnacle of motorsport.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And now we haven't got long, but remember, no formation lap, so straight into it.
That's right.
Whenever, I don't know when that will get fixed, but hopefully soon.
Hey, I've got no problem with not doing warm-up laps because doing warm-up laps is just a way to get disqualified for me. Get your line wrong. Here we go. Line up on the grid, 5 red lights. And they're out and away they go. Now, looks like a good start for Shanudi. Beaver's trying to grab around the outside. Oh, Mercedes in the wall. Darkly goes into the wall and out of the race right off the bat.
Oh, that is a VS. Sorry, that is a safety car.
That's a full safety car straight away.
Now, that was a hard hit. I don't know what happened to
Rest in
Darkly.
peace indeed. Was there contact or was it just wheel spin? Again,
I
these
think
cars
it
are
was
hard to
wheel
catch.
spin. I think it's a
early
very
buff for him.
Darkly
He's-
thing to happen, sadly, but
Wow,
that was
he's gone straight away as well. He's dipped.
yeah.
He didn't want any of that.
No,
Yeah.
he did not, but we didn't have many changes. Dodge, fantastic getaway, though. 3 places made up.
Absolutely, and Werribee's climbed up. Werribee stays where he qualified. Fluxy, not quite the start he was looking for. He finds himself now down in 10th, behind Joe and Dodge. Now, how good's your math, Red? Because I'm going to have a quick go. Seeing how many points do you get for 7th? Am I right in saying it's 6 or is it 8? 6, isn't it?
We're going to go with 6. I'm not too sure myself, so it's hard to say. So let's see. 10 is 1. Actually, you know what? I can quickly, because we are in the 21st century.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the positions going. Buster's had a flyer. He's
just
gone from
Googled.
from 18th back to 13th. Sorry, but you've done some maths.
I'm just going to Google it because that is what I can do now.
Yeah. We'll make the most of this modern age. Nearly coming together on the safety car between Buster and Nord, all as they slow down to stick to the Delta.
Oh no.
Hey?
Oh, I just had a bit of an issue on my end, but it's all sorted now.
All sorted? Good. We love to see it. Oh, it looks like the Williams have exchanged places over the first few corners. ABK now ahead of Davis. Again, we may see those two battle over the podium all afternoon, or all night, I should say. Too immersed.
You're fine.
Yep. So yeah, Fluxy down 2 positions, Valhalla down 3. So not what he would have been planning for, but again, he may have had to be avoiding Darkly as well. The wheel spin off the line, so Those are our movers and shakers for the first lap, or first 2 corners, if we're going to be real. And yeah, we'll see how this all lines up. Now, if we look at the tyres that they've gone for, we've seen it's a fair good mix throughout the whole field, isn't it? Let's have a look.
Yeah. Different strategies for sure going on.
Because I know that in the again, the strategy, tyre choices and pit strategy, they had a lot of shake-ups in last night's race in the novice league, all mucked it around. What would you say are your picks for how long your stint will run on each tyre? I mean, you'd be very surprised to see anyone running the softs during this race, but as far as how long would you expect to see someone go on a set of hards or a set of mediums?
Well, I know from experience, the mediums can definitely go probably around, ideally, up to 11, 12. So 13, 14, if you're pushing it, it's possible. Hards, that's a good question. I never really got to the end, but I believe that they can go at least about the 20, 23 up to that. And then you don't really want to go softs because they just fall off way too fast, unless, let's say, you get a safety car at the end and you can get a free pit stop.
Yeah, absolutely. I see where you're coming from there. I mean, of course, last night we saw Outdated Milk go for, he did all of the last 22 laps on the same set of hards. And so, yeah, you can definitely stretch him that distance, but over the last couple of laps, he did start to curdle a bit. So we wouldn't,
yeah, for sure.
Perhaps wouldn't recommend it.
No.
But
also,
yeah, we'll
we've had people already guessing the race leaders. A bit early for that, but we've got Stupaloose and Wereboy, which is not a bad guess. Skip with Bassink, which I hope you put some money on that, because that would be a fantastic win.
The odds on that would be looking all right at the minute. Although he does run the show, so I mean, if he just gave everyone a drive-through, it'd be perfectly loud.
There we go. Yeah,
there you
exactly.
go. So I think that's a strat Bassink.
If you're listening, wherever you are.
Yep, we see Darkly in chat as well, wishing Dibbing Nordal good luck. Absolutely, we'll see how he goes as well. He's doing all right, up to 14th at the minute. The only way is up.
Hopefully the car's in this lap, but then again, we do have Bassink, who's still a bit behind, though I think he's going to catch it quite easily, so we should have it in this lap, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's only one corner back now, going through Degna 2. Got to get those tyres heated up as you catch up to the pack. Beautiful strat.
Yeah, plus those... Well, we got to remember, this is going to be another restart, essentially. Rolling, but at the same... Well, it's like a rolling, but not like one at all. But still, hards are going to be so cold. Mediums are going to be relatively warm. I think the medium runners are going to get a way better start, and the hard runners are going to be struggling.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple laps for them to heat up, but how far into a stint do you predict a sort of a crossover point? As we see, there's the notification, safety car in this lap. Fasten up your seat belts.
Oh, and Shinudi slowed down heaps.
Waving all over the place. This is not real life. This is
Yeah, he doesn't want to get too far up ahead, obviously, to get that throttle lock, but looks to be doing it right now. Just wondering when he's going to take off. Probably right about now, if he can. Was he waiting to... No, and here he goes.
Oh, he times it. There we go. He tries to catch a few off guard here and there, and he's got an all right gap. It's up to 3/10 as they cross the line, and green flag racing goes back underway again. Chaos ensuing behind, and they're going to go 3 wide, it looks like. In the battle for fourth is that King Kara trying to go up the inside of Tigger, not quite working out. Dodge and Wereboy going side by side in the background and pressing the wrong buttons.
Yeah, he was sort of 5 second ignoring yellow flags, so interesting. I wonder what happened there. I'm sure we'll see that after the race. Wereboy, yeah, having a clean fight, tough battle with Dodge though.
That was a bit weird. I didn't see any yellow flags come out, but Beavis got back ahead of his teammate.
Going off.
Oh, is that Bassing going round again? Oh, luck is not favouring at the minute, does it?
No, unfortunately. Looks like we had 2 people at the same time. Tigger had a little bit of incident as well, and he went off. But now Wereboy up to P6. He's looking to be in a very good position for himself here.
He's on the climb, and in P9, Flukes, he's made a move on Striker as well. He's up into P9. Again, they're both going to be climbing through as heavy as quickly as they can. He's staring right down the barrel of Joe and Dodge in front of him as well. As we get quite a couple of missed apexes through the first bit of spoon. Easy done. Make a quick check up at the front. SGN right in the toe of Chanudi.
Yeah, we have a lot of close racing happening right now, obviously. Being how close everyone is. Oh, is he trying the outside? That is optimistic.
Keep it there.
It was a great attempt, but unfortunately not successful. But he could still get him on the straight here.
All on the ARS. Beavis sets the fastest lap of the race. He's going to take it 3 wide.
Is Eva's going to take the inside, whether or not he could get it? No, I think he's going to have to back out. It was very close racing. Will to wheel Evis.
That was close. 3 wide. Kinkara bashes the Beavis off the track. 3 into 1 does not go. And now he's found himself way down.
Yeah, unfortunately for Evis, it was quite a battle that was happening there. Didn't get to see wholly what happened, but it looked like he had a little bit of contact with Kyra. Did you see it all?
Yes, I saw it. It looked like coming on the inside, just trying to get the throttle on. Of course, we've got Chanudi on the hard, so SGN and a lot of quite a few cars behind him all trying to get through. And Beavis just lost the back end a little bit, caught it, and then King Cairo sent it 3 wide up the middle between himself and Chanudi. And yeah, a little bit of wheel banging, and yeah. Oh, we see Beavis has gone around again. Yeah.
And we have someone else spinning, falling down the ladder. Joe in P15, and McLaren's not having the greatest time.
No, not at all. They're down in 14th and 15th. That was, you were right. That was Joe who went round. He was up in the far reaches of the top 10, and now he's down in 15th.
Nevis had another little spin. Obviously, the wheel was extremely hot at this point. So I have to nurse them coming around, and this is a tough pointers. You don't want to be nursing them when you're on a hairpin like that. Yeah,
absolutely. Favours few here in Suzuka. SGNO's taken the lead and he's running with it. He's pulled out a 2.5 seconds on just this lap. And now ABK's going to have a go at Chanudi. Of course, has that tyre disadvantage at the minute. But through this section of the track, if you can't make a way, again, when you head into turn 1, you've really got to be wholly alongside. You've got to have your nose ahead pretty much to clear them. It's more or less a one-line corner, so it's always a tight squeeze to make them move. And the next opportunity doesn't really present itself until the hairpin. And the dirty air taking its toll, he's dropped back again. So yeah, tricky circuit to pass that in these cars. You've got to earn it.
Yeah, not many good overtaking zones that will just give it to you. And we got Nordal coming around as well on the little bit of a corner there.
Yep, to right. Couple of spinners here and there. You see. Now let's have a look at a quick look at our championship contenders. Flukesy's drawn the short end of the stick here. He's found himself outside of the points somewhere, so maybe involved in one of the collisions or thereabouts. We may have missed it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Sad for him though. Though knowing Fluxy, I'm sure he can bounce back quite well.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some adventurous driving here from Valhalla as Bass Baby sends it up his inside. Oh, a bit taily there on the exit. Gonna get a good exit.
Valhalla,
he's pinching it right up against the grass.
Oh, and we had Wereboy who's just gone off.
Oh, have we?
Right at the end. Yeah.
Oh, he's spun at the final chicane. Yeah, you're right.
He's trying to get back on, and he's just held up. Oh, just at the back of Valhalla right there. Whether or not Valhalla had to do any sort of maneuvering or braking to get out of his way, but wow, that was a close call.
It looked okay, but yeah, it certainly was close. But now all of a sudden, now it was looking like, oh sorry, let me get my words right. Wereboy was looking to, if results were to stay the same, he was going to make a chunky game, probably even take the lead away from Fluxy in the title race, and now that's all turned on its head.
Yeah, especially with, had such a great start as well, and man, just he threw that all away sadly, but now he's still behind Fluxy, so didn't really lose all too much. He's still in contention though, for sure.
You're right. By no means a worst case scenario at the minute, but you know who's enjoying this? It's going to be Dodge, because he's now up in 5th on his own, or with a little bit of clean air, or flicked on his teammate. And yeah, he's in the thick of things actually, I've just seen. And yeah, now he's gaining himself a good haul of points on those top 2 in the championship. Remember, he's only 8 points down on Wereboy at the minute. And at the minute, Wereboy's on for an absolute, Wereboy's on for a fat donut.
Yeah, so anything above P5 for Dodge at the moment, and Road boy down there is just going to put him in the lead 100%, as well as Fluxy for sure.
So
Yeah, Lemon is right. Fluxy and Road boy are destined for each other. They're almost like magnets.
They keep finding each other. Yeah, it's a good thing they love each other's company.
Oh, 100%.
Now we got John now ahead of Fluxy. We're going to see some team orders here. A little bit of Perez on Verstappen at Abu Dhabi last year, sort of stuff.
Why possibly, yeah. And had a bit of shake-up. Something's going on. We've had a few moves here and there. We have Tigger did over Dodge, it would seem, into the P5 position down that main straight.
Yes, too, and he's not slowing down either. He's right on the back of King Cairo now. Are we perhaps seeing, because he's on the hards now, are we seeing a crossover point, or is he just turning on the pace all of a sudden?
It's a good question. It could be definitely a part of the tire degradation, but I don't feel it's just there yet. I feel like maybe he's just turning it on right now.
Because I would be surprised if the mediums were starting to drop off after only 7 laps, and 2 of them are under safety car as well. We can't forget.
Yeah. You know who's one person we've missed out on mentioning? It's Buster. He's been up 10 positions, up to the points already.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He's from 18th to 8th. He's absolutely nailing it so far. And so what's his gap now? He's got Striker 1.8 seconds ahead of him. And yeah, he's on the rise, it looks like.
Yeah, sitting nicely there. He doesn't really need to do much else. He seems to be holding his own quite nicely.
Just by avoiding mayhem, he's got himself comfortably in the points. And, sometimes that's all you need to do.
Yeah, 100%.
If you can just temper yourself and then you can make gains. And speaking of making gains, here we are, Fluxy. Hard on the ARS. He's not got much to play with. In fact, he's pulled out of it, but he's still got enough room to make the move on John. And there you go. Not as much team orders as I thought we'd see. Whether or not he could
help a lot of his ERS though.
Absolutely. He's not. Again, we don't see him with much to play with. We haven't seen him. Yeah, he's always been fairly low on the ERS. That's Fluxy. Making the most of his tools, we're saying.
Yeah. But now he's gonna be on Buster's tail. Buster's been holding that edge away from John, and maybe John was just holding Fluxy up because Fluxy's definitely taken a chunk into the time that was behind.
That's right. Have we missed something? How long was ABK up in P2? I must have missed that somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I think we just recently had that happen with Shinudi falling down.
And who's licking his lips at this, getting the popcorn out is Tigger. He's going to jump right in. Right on the back of him now.
He's been smart just holding it off and just waiting, and he's done a good job. He's kept his ERS to 50%, which is a good spot to be in as well. We've had, it looks like Valhalla spinning again.
Oh yeah, quite a bingle right here. We've got Valhalla's missing a front wing, and does Bassink have a front wing either? Let's have a look when the car comes out. No, he doesn't.
There's a safety car from that as well.
Oh, we have two. Oh my goodness. We have takers into the pits as well.
Yeah, a lot of people have taken the pits. So interesting.
ABK at the head of that group who've gone in. No better time to see it. We see Striker in behind him as well. So that means that jumps Tigger up into 3rd, and Shinudi back up into 2nd. Fluxy now jumps up into 4th. Curious to see now how does this safety car affect what people's strategy already were? Because I was gonna say we've seen wearable he's jumped in.
Stop, but it might be I mean, people wanted a 1-stop, but it might be a 2-stop after this. Who knows? Because I'm not sure that the hards can last that long, depending on how long the safety car takes, obviously, to come in.
Yeah, it may be a bit of a stretch, but again, we saw Milk do 22 laps on them, and the real heavy drop-off came with a couple laps to go. So 17 laps on hards might just about be the go.
Yeah, and Dodge taken quite a different strategy from everyone else. He actually pitted for the mediums.
He's on mediums, yeah. He must be playing for the 2-stop. I'd be very surprised if you can carry on mediums for 17 laps and still yield a competitive pace by the end of the race.
Yeah, he will 100% not be able to, so he's going to have to pit for the softs in the end. So he's anticipating
he may be banking on a safety car,
yeah. Which isn't the bad worst idea rather. It's because we've already had 2 of them that come out.
Yeah, well, yeah, as we say, we're on safety car number 2. We had a couple in last night's race as well, and so yeah, it's not a dumb idea. So see the field catching up to each other. Now let's quick reconnaissance. Basink and Beavis battling for 17th. Well, not battling, running around in 17th and 18th. Again, yeah, not what we were expecting to see these two. Certainly, I don't believe. Yeah, well, they'll be looking to make up ground as well now that all the gaps are going to be neutralised. Oh, SGN's in the pits. Missed him. Where is he? Come on. There we go. We found him just out the pits. He's on the hards. He's going to try and carry them through to the end. Of course, providing there is no safety car. Looks like he'll rejoin in either 14th or 15th. Depends where he comes out near Joe. Looks like Joe's going to just about have him. Absolutely, he'll have him.
Still a good position for him because he's going to have fresher tyres and almost all of them on the track. Same with Eva, so good positions to be in as well. His safety car's going to come around for another 1 or 2 laps.
Yep. Now, if you're in the position of Shanudi, Tigger, Flukesy, John Honey, James, and Kev the Gardener, are you banking on another safety car as well? Because you may be able to stretch these hards out for maybe 5 or 6 more laps, but are you going to need another safety car to be able to pit under the and still be able to battle for a top position?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Obviously, they didn't want to go the Dodge route and go on to the mediums and then go on to another compound. So obviously, they want to keep these hards, go to the maximum that they can, and then go on to whether it be the mediums or the softs, which I think it might be the softs in the end for sure now that they have this extra time with the safety cars. So maybe their strategy might be the more ideal.
I'd be surprised though, because you'd figure though if the safety car were to come out again, because you'd figure everyone running who's pitted on for a fresh set of hards would be running through to the end of the race if there is no safety car. But if you're running old hards at the minute, you kind of need a safety car to be able to have another pit stop and not lose 20 to 30 seconds in the pits. But if you're running fresh hards and a safety car comes out, wouldn't you just come in for a softer compound anyway?
Yeah, so these top runners with the hards, they're going to be banking on a safety car not coming out, so it's all up in the air at this point. I don't know how it's going to go down. I don't know who's going to take advantage, but it's good to see how competitive this is becoming.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely. It's very close battles, and again, we haven't been able to catch a break. We've needed these safety cars to get the heart rate back down and ready ourselves, eh?
Oh no, right? Calm before the storm.
To your right, as I catch a drink of water. Underrated water.
Always have to hydrate. Remember, chat.
Exactly.
Stay hydrated.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, it should be in this lap. I think it's going around enough, and everyone's caught up.
It better be. Absolute conga line going through the second sector.
Yeah, for sure. But Dodge, I feel like he's going to take a stellar advantage of this. I do hope he does, because his strategy is a bold one.
Dodge the charging Rhino.
That's yes. He has got Rhino in his name.
There you go.
Dodge Rhino. Yeah.
Masters of wordplay here in the commentary booth. So 3 wide into turn 1. Swank Dodge, King Pyro, and Kev the Gardener. That is the prediction from myself.
Ah.
Yeah.
I feel like Flukes is only answering. He's going to try and get off to the races and maybe try and go for a late dive into the turn 1.
Nothing remedy's old tyres like clean air.
True.
I mean, I say old tyres, it's only 11 laps. Here we go.
Let's see how Shamidi does whether or not he holds him up too much, or just lets everyone go.
Yep. Plug Grandma's pacemaker back in. Get ready to go. I don't know why I said that. Here we go. When's he going to go? Is he going to be now? Tigger trying to go side by side on the right on the edge of doing. He's holding him well, and off he goes. Has he caught them off guard? He's got a little bit of a gap. Oh, we've seen a spin. Was that James? It was old mate James. He's gone around. He's lost his front wing in the process.
He sure has. It's such a James thing to do. I'm so heartbroken for him, but we'll get it next time, James.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see, it's kicking off at the front.
Another spin. Kev gone down. SGN gone down. Red Bull having the worst time of their lives right now.
That's right. SGN, of course, trying to climb his way through the field on a fresh set of hards after pitting after the first lap of safety car. So he's picked off one. That's a new kind of team orders. We're getting through by Kev the Gardner spin. As you see, Tigger was chomping at the bit to get past Shanuti through the first few corners, but he may have just had to temper it a little bit. As we see, John's got ahead of ABK, so fresh tyres maybe not working just yet, although maybe just been a little slip up. Can't make too many predictions too early, but coming through Spoon. Tigger right on the back of Shanuti now. We're going to see an almighty dive bomb to end all dive bombs.
No, I think he's going to keep it nice and clean. I think he's just going to be patient. I mean, there is no reason to get antsy right now and make mistakes. So,
give us a sensible answer.
He actually done it. Wow.
Yeah, around the outside. And is he going to clear him?
So,
he gives him enough room. They're going to be side by side, but he's got the better exit. Now, Flukesy's lips are watering now, or mouth's watering. And he's in the slipstream hard on the ARS. He's finally got some after that safety car.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually going to go down and try any overtakes. That would be advantageous. John,
and again,
hungry at the back of that as well. He's just looking to clean up if there's any accidents.
He's right there. Maybe I called the team orders too early. Will we see some more? Because he's on the they're on equally old tyres. But yeah, he's right on the back of his teammate's championship rival. What are we going to see? Fluxy may have to go defensive into here. He's on the ERS. He's trying to pull out a tiny bit of a margin. Let's have a quick check on Werribee. He's in P10 now on the back of a little DRS train here. Again, maybe wanting to temper it. We're only half race distance, so there's still plenty of room.
Not too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, plenty of time still left. Full race distance, half of it almost at this point, with still 4 positions in between himself and Dodge. So, yeah, plenty of time for himself. But Fluke's coming really close now. But Tigger has just flown away now.
He's gone. He's not looking back. Where was this in the sprint race? I mean, I'm saying he had good pace in the sprint race. What am I talking about? Through 130R. Right, through 130R. Flukesy looking around the outside. Not quite enough room to go fully alongside. Not quite enough to commit. Down the front straight though, again on the ERS, but Shanuti's grabbed a nicer exit. He's got more ERS to play with, albeit minuscule. In the slipstream.
Oh, he's using all his ERS. He is not conserving
any. The outside. Bar to bar.
Advantageous. Couldn't hold it though. It was a great attempt though.
Keeps him. That was good.
Yeah, Shanuti done a fantastic job there. John is very close as well now, so his battling is falling right into his lap. Almost touching the back end.
And this lot all battling on these older hards. It's meaning they're going so no one behind them on fresher tyres is able to get the chance to dive bomb or at least get their nose in there, which is surprising me for one, because I was expecting there to be proper pace difference given how different given that there's 9 laps difference between these tyres. A third race distance, bear in mind.
Yeah. I've got a question. Do you think that Shanuti is holding up Fluxy, or is Tiger just trying to do the same with Fluxy if Fluxy gets past?
Yeah, it's a weird one. It could just be that. I mean, it's weird because in this lap and a half, a little spin for Dodge. But he's kept it going. He's caught it.
Dodge.
He's caught it.
Done a Max Verstappen, has he's had a little spin but caught it, and
he's caught it.
Position. No, he's lost 4 or 5 positions now. 6 actually, if my math is correct. Not the greatest thing that Aston Martin needs right now, so unfortunately for him. And John is off. He's gone around.
No, something we missed there. Looked like, was it a collision? Oh, it could have been a collision, not sure. Side by side for second. Flukes, he's taken Shinudi without us looking. We can't reveal his secrets as he grabs P2 heading into turn 3. And now this will be what's interesting. Will he close in on Tigger or pull away from Shinudi, or maybe both, maybe neither? Again, was it a case of Shinudi's pace
catch up?
Exactly.
But his ERS is still being used just to hold Shinudi back. And so old Tigger had a little bit of a lock-up and he almost spun, but he's fine. But his ERS is fantastic. And he's, in contrast to Luxie.
Another slide out of the hairpin. Maybe those tyres are coming right to the end of their service life. That's the second mistake we've seen from him in the last couple of corners. And that's given Fluxy about 3/10 on him in this sector.
I do wonder if they're dropping off. Maybe he's pushing him a bit too hard, and that's the reason why his time is so far up there.
And of course, all the top 3 right now, they're on the edge now of hoping for another safety car so that they can. So maybe not hoping for a safety car, because even if they pit now, they'll end up at the back of the queue. But if they have a safety car in pit, they'll be at the back of the queue again. So I don't know how this will work for this strategy at the minute. Maybe they're just hanging on in there until the field spreads a bit.
I do want to see how long it plays out for them, whether or not they wait as long as they can for that safety car or just come in. I feel like they want to go onto the softs though, so they want to go for another maybe 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, and they very well may be able to. As we see, because I mean the gap to the people on the newer hards, it's holding steady at the minute, which is surprising to me. As we see, is that Bassink who's gone around? Indeed it is. Returning to old habits. Oh
no.
As we see. Now those little slip-ups, or was that a slip-up from Fluxy? Because the gap to Tig is now out to 4 seconds.
Oh, and someone's just gone wide.
That was Shinudi. Snappy back end coming out of the second deck now. That's let Fluxy off the hook, so to speak. Yeah, and now ABK's up on the podium.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Maybe a little bit of oversteer, sorry.
Getting crispy rears coming through those sweepers.
Wereboy closing in as well. Wants to definitely catch up to that top 5.
Yep, and bearing in mind, of course, Fluxy still needs to pit, so at the minute, Wereboy's looking all right here, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely these guys that have yet to pit are definitely looking like they're contenders for podium. ABK looking the best right now. Definitely holding P1 if he can hold this out. Wereboy just goes through.
Around the outside. Teammates letting the side down universally in this title fight.
No, I know. Wow. And now Buster's going to take advantage. Possibly trying to get Quintaro, but too far back right now.
Buster running down the straight with the ERS closed. Oh, not ERS, DRS. That's the one.
Interesting. So Valhalla pitted on 8-lap old soft, so that gives you an idea of how long they can really go for.
Yeah, so... Yeah, and you got to hope. And how much ground did he even make on those tyres? Oh, I mean, it all got neutralised after having to pit anyway, so not good. And it looks like Tigger's pace is still solid because his lead has gone up by another 8/10 in this past lap.
Yeah, so he's obviously still comfortable in those hards, wherever the degradation is.
Yeah, so he must have this circuit or a setup just absolutely hooked up because, yeah, his pace is unmatched. The main question is, how is this strategy going to play out for him? As this lead now goes out in 5.2 seconds, that's 4/10 just in about 3 corners.
Yeah, and wow, dodged back up into the point, so that's good to see. P9, but he hasn't made up that much ground, despite obviously being on the better compound tires, and he still needs to pit again unless he feels he can somehow go to the end, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that'd be pretty tricky to do 17 laps on a set of mediums. Look at Tigger go. 18 lap old tyres, doesn't matter. He's grabbed it. Oh, Shinudi's in the pits. He's finally given up on those hards.
Yeah, so
Now, are we going to
obviously
go
that was
for
the limit for
mediums?
him.
We are. Yep. Mediums for Shanudi is going to come round about P14, I think. As we see, ABK's gone through on Fluxy. Those fresher tyres somewhat prevailing now.
Yeah, so obviously they're starting to go off now. And we have a safety car. I'm not sure what that is about.
Is that for Buster? He's lost his front wing. Did he go around in the first corner?
Did he really? Oh no.
He may have, yeah. Oh, looks
But
like
he hasn't
did.
lost too much position though. For a safety car to come out now, that's really good for
unusual.
Dodge though.
Yeah, absolutely, and that plays into the hands of those who are running on these old tires. And in fact,
Yeah.
come to think of it now, if you were on these fresher tires, in the case of your ABKs, your Strikers, and your Werribos and your King Kairos, and even Dodge absolutely, you'd say Dodge would as well. Would you come in for a fresh set of mediums and not in a sense, in a sense, yeah, give up the track position you'd gained by not pitting, just so that you can trust your car? You don't think so?
I don't think they can go on mediums because they've already used them.
Do they not have a second set of mediums they can switch to?
I didn't, unless these guys somehow do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether anyone in the chat knows the answer to that, because if they do, then yeah, they'll be obviously pitting. But if not, then I don't think they will pit. I think they'll just keep going around if they don't.
Tigger's in the pits. He's got to go for this fresh set. Of course, he hasn't pitted yet, so he'll absolutely have a fresh set of tyres to go onto.
But
and he's going
the
on
other ones
softs.
are pitting. Wow, okay,
Softs.
so obviously
ABK and Striker are sticking with it. They're not going to pit. Neither are Nordal or Bass Baby or SGN.
on the softs.
Yeah. SGN up in the
mediums.
fifth. He's come back up through, hasn't he? Now let's have a look further back through. Beavis now up in the P7.
A few strategies been thrown out right here.
Yep, and look who are almost together again. Fluxy and Werriboy. In fact, they are together.
Wow.
P9 and 10.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Match made in heaven.
It's great to see that they're on two different strategies as well. Fluxy obviously on the medium and Werriboy in the softs. Softs are going to be faster, definitely, but they're going to fall off quite considerably, especially like 4 or 5 laps in. They're going to be struggling already. So I wonder if the safety car is going to take the maximum 3 laps, and that would give Werriboy the advantage, or Fluxy's just going to have to pray that it comes in shortly.
Yep. And we see, oh, there we go, there's HK in chat. No Ferrari bias here at all.
Negative. Never, ever.
No. Don't be ridiculous. Yeah. So, what are our movers and shakers? Our top 5 are sticking with the old hards. Well, now old hards. 10-lap old tyres now, or they'll probably be
It's interesting. I love the idea of everyone having their own strategy and no one's followed the same one. So, Tigger on very fresh softs, whether or not
he is going to be a missile.
Yeah, he's going to be a missile, but the problem is that how long can they last? Whilst the hards still got plenty of time left in them.
And in the laps that it takes him to overtake people, of course, sitting up the gearbox of another car, those tyres are getting hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
And so it all just multiplies itself, and it can become tricky for yourself. And that's why Fluxy probably find himself in a good position right now, because I mean, he'll be defending from Werriboy, but he's also got just as much attacking to do with Joe and Beavis ahead of him. Yeah, Joe and Beavis ahead of him on old hards.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have practically Sprint 2.0 because everyone's got full ERS, fresh tyres. Well, most have got fresh tyres. So it's going to be a big sprint to the finish coming up here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be next lap, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a fairly safe bet, because our next... Oh, the furthest car away is old mate James, and he's just coming down the back straight now. So, you could probably gain just shy of half a lap under one safety car lap, surely.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so right now, rub your hands together. Coming across the line this time by, we have 6 laps to go. What are your post-race predictions? Should we get a poll in chat? Who we reckon's winning this one?
Oh,
Bearing in
it's
mind,
hard.
bearing in mind at the minute there are about 7 or 8 people who could probably take it.
Yeah, I know. We don't have to put so many names on there.
Can Twitch polls have that many different
Yeah,
options?
I'm sure it can.
Just
Whether or
put in
not
everyone.
I can type it fast enough. That's interesting.
Skipper already putting his bid on Tigger. You know what? You're probably in a good spot right there because his pace has been red hot, even on old hards. So with fresh softs, again, it'll just be a test of how long will it take. Kachow with Tom, Kingslayer with ABK. You reckon he'll hold on? Yeah, it's going to be interesting because of course anyone on fresher tyres needs to overtake 4 more cars at the minimum. So yeah, it's also fair. Loose wheel nuts with Tigger, yeah. The softs are going to work so well if you can hold on in the later laps. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, solid point. And of course, we've got our championship battle to worry about. We're going to get 1 more lap of safety car at the expense of our patience. It's properly heating up here.
Okay.
Ooh, couple of takers in the pits. Were they on old hards? Kev the Gardener, John, and old mate James. They may have
Prediction
been.
is up.
Prediction
Let's
is
see how
up.
people predict. We could only do 10 names, so I did the best that I could.
Yeah, did you just do everybody in the top 10 at the minute?
Practically, yeah.
yeah, fair call. Shanudi about to prove us wrong big time.
It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I don't know how. I wonder how Tidger's tire degradation is. I know it's safety car, but you're still going to lose some.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, we got one big bet already on ABK. 5,000. So someone's
Holy moly.
really betting on him winning.
That is, I appreciate the boldness of that, the ambition.
Yeah.
But again, track position does more for you than you realise.
100%. Especially with no penalties thus far for most people. Well, that we can see in game at least. It seems to be like if you can finish track position, you've got that position.
Yeah. See some fuel saving, tailgating the Mercedes safety car come through speed. It's a race winning strat. You don't win championships by not cutting corners.
100%, yeah. I mean,
or spending a tiny bit more than the budget cap. But we'll leave that out of it.
Food is food. Everyone needs to eat.
Yeah, there you go.
Here we go. Very close to the safety car. ABK's going to have to hold the grid up just a little bit.
We've seen how Shanudi plans his restarts. What's ABK going to do different? And you want to catch the guy behind you off guard. Wait for that moment where they can't get on the throttle if you wait until the apex. That's a safe bet. Going through the final corner, that's what he's gone for. He's on the throttle right at the X of the corner, and it's worked a treat. 6/10 straight away as the green flag comes out and we're underway again now. Going to keep our eyes open. Beavis and Joe going side by side straight away, not holding on for anyone. So, as we see Werribee and Fluxy right on with each other as well.
Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye on them because I know something interesting is going to happen. And Fluxy just getting a bit hairy. He had a little bit of a oversteer. Joe took that position, but Fluxy's not going to give that up.
Don't give up the outside because Werribee's going to take it with those softer tyres. Is Joe going to hold him up? A little bit of understeer. 3 wide.
Some of the closest racing I've seen. A little bit of bumping there. Looked like Joe just squeezed Fluxy a little bit with Werribee.
This is not going to play for Fluxy. His teammate Kinkara's up his inside. He's going to let him have that. But he's dropped himself. He's dropped down out of the points now. Werribee's up into 8. He's laughing.
He really is. This is unfortunate for Fluxy. Werribee.
And a spin for Joe.
Oh, wow. Fluxy has gotten caught up in that as well, and he's just hit the Ferrari. Oh, no, the McLaren of Joe.
The championship. Oh, and John's been whacked for good measure.
No, Joe just decided to back up, and then John just decided to back up. It's Clown City right now.
Oh,
Beavis is
and that's
DNF.
a safety car. Another safety car. Beavis is out. When did that happen? I missed that. Did he? Oh, at the exit of Spoon.
Wow. That's
Well, safety cars breed safety cars. That's number 4 for tonight.
we don't have enough eyes for this. We just need
No.
like
And lots
5 pairs of eyes.
Yeah. Now, Tigger, he's climbed up 2 spots. He's got a Bass Baby and SGN. He's now up into P4. So, again, yeah, he's looking in a good spot. But, at the same time, that's fewer green laps for him to take those last 3 places. King Kyro's grabbed a little penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well.
Yeah, this is where the frustration and the mistakes come out now.
Yep. Too right. Now, Werribee, he's in a happy place right now. He's up in the P6. And again, he's got the his second car's freshest set of tyres. So again, gains are all for him to make at the minute.
Yeah, so this doesn't help those that pitted like Werribee and Tigger at all, because their softs are going to be way, way more rubbed in than, let's say, those that are trying to pit at the end.
Oh,
but
you're
we've only
right.
got 3 laps though, so who knows?
Yeah.
We might only get 1 or 2 laps of racing, and it might not ultimately matter in the end.
Yeah, yeah. It's close because we've seen so many people. How many cars is that? 7, 8 cars gone in for a new set of softs. Now, of course, they're off the hook now. It's a safety car. It's a sprint to the end. So yeah, chuck on the freshest set of tyres you got and give them hell. But 10 positions now between Fluxy and Werribee, and 9 places between Dodge and Werribee. So he's in a good spot for the title right now. At the minute, if the flag dropped now, the championship lead would be his. And somewhat comfortably. At the minute, well, actually not quite comfortably, because the gap between them was 5 points coming into this race. And for P6, if I remember right, is that 8 points?
I have it correctly. Yep, 8 points.
Yep.
Exactly. You're right.
So he would take the lead by 3, which actually, that's not safe. That is minuscule.
No, yeah, it's very, very close. So Fluxy, if he finishes outside of points, it's not the end of the world. But I knew it would go down to these two having a very tight championship, and this just further proves that point. And it's good to see. We're not seeing someone just run away with it. We're in a good battle.
And you only get two more goes after this, 2 more weeks of racing.
Yep, exactly. So a very, very tight battling near the end that we're going to see. I'm going to love it.
Yep, HK with a good point. Rather be in front by 3 than behind by 3.
I'd rather
Too
just finish
right.
a race, to be honest.
Oh, man. Depends if it's 3 milks or someone else. Fair point. Fair point. God knows you don't want to be stuck behind Milk. We've seen what he does in the novice league and also in the F2 league. Yeah. He plays with his food. He does Milk.
Did we see old mate James outscore Dodge in this race? I think it's
He
a possibility.
is. He's up in at the minute. He's scored to at least outplace him. Although there are only 2 cars between them.
Yeah,
Again,
true. But
team orders.
whether or not we'll see much overtaking coming to the end of these last 2 laps.
That is true. We're going to have 2. It's going to be a 2-lap sprint, and there will be no safety car after this. We're going to have this dash no matter what.
Yeah, so if someone spins, crashes, whatever, that's it. Nothing is
Tough
going to
luck,
save you.
Buttercup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
He's looking very comfortable, but I do wonder how his tires are.
Yeah. If we can have shared MFDs, I'd be very happy.
Oh, for sure. It'd help immensely.
Yep. Skipper's right. This is where winners are born. I'm going to have a quick sip of water so I can get ready to yell.
No, you're going to have to, yeah. Because something is definitely going to go down, and it is in this lap. See how ABK takes this, whether or not he wants to take the same strategy.
I'll tell you
as
what, it's a
previous.
safe bet. Last time he did it, it worked a treat, but everyone's going to be expecting it.
That's true, yeah.
So let's see what he does. Again, the waving continues. Going through the chicane. There's already a decent gap between himself and Striker, and between himself and Normal as well.
He's on.
He's taken off again.
Fantastic start.
8 tenths across the line. He's got it.
Wow.
And there's Joe's been given a penalty for corner cutting, but here we go. Here comes Tigger. He's making his first move on Nordal. Is he going to get far enough up? Not quite. He's chomping at the
he really
bit.
needs to make that happen, though.
He does.
But what a great start, BBK. Already 1 second outside.
He's outside DRS. I mean, not that that's going to be an issue for anyone anymore, but...
No, but it's such an accomplishment, too. So we have someone spinning as well.
Yellow
is that
flag
just
somewhere? Where was that? I didn't see a spin. But,
we have Bassing.
Oh, Bassing's around.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Round and round he goes. Dodgerino back up into third. He's up into 13th now. That's given James. That's put old mate James, his teammate, into the points, so he will be outscoring his teammate now. Bragging rights are on order. Now Tigger again. He's sizing up a move, but at the minute, whoever put $5 grand on ABK, you're in a good spot at the minute because.
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah. Without the two cars in between, Tigger has 2 seconds to make up, and that's. Even with with softs, I suppose it might be possible, but again, 2 cars in the way. As we have a spin, old mate James.
Oh,
he's
no!
gone around. And Dodge hasn't come off well in that either.
Aston Martin.
Oh,
absolute
mate.
Travesty for those two.
Oh,
Bassing
no.
DNF, Joe DNF, so no safety car. Sad for those two.
Chaos everywhere.
Wow. Wordboy,
Wordboy around the outside of Bass Baby. They're going to carry on side by side. Down the back straight, front straight. What's Shanudi going to do? He's going to push Wordboy, it looks like. As we see Tigger, he's grabbed third from Nordal. We'll catch that in a second. There we go. Wordboy up into P5. That'll increase his championship lead if the results stay the same. God knows if that will. There we go. Shanudi grabs Bass Baby as well. Now let's have a look at Tigger. He's right on the back of Striker already. Again, it's safely in the hands of ABK at the minute, unless there's any last-minute mistakes. As we see, Striker not giving up the spot to Tigger. He's going to make him fight for it. We see a dive into the hairpin. This is not what I was expecting to see from teammates. Coming into the hairpin, surely he's going to have a dive. Oh, Striker defends. There's teammate bragging. There's team-on-team bragging rights on order here, but Tigger just has the grip. Coming through the long sweeper now, heading towards Spoon. Surely he'll have him cleared here. Indeed he does. Now the gap is 1.1 seconds. Surely it's impossible now. There's only one braking zone to go before they get to the finish line. As we see Waraboy and Shanudi going side by side, this is going to have implications for the championship. Waraboy just about has it. Yellow flags going off everywhere. Right now Fluxy and Dodge are both out of the points, so this is all going to be playing in Waraboy's favour. As we see coming through the final corner, looks like the results are going to stay as they were. So ABK is going to come around the final corner and take a win from the 2 Alfa Romeos. What a result. Running the hards to the end turned out to be the right choice for ABK, as he was able to make the most of his track position. Again, it works wonders for you, and he absolutely nailed those restarts. So, absolutely just what the doctor ordered for Williams. This is good for their championship as well, because they're relatively up there. Even unfortunately with Beavis getting no points or getting a DNF, it's still good for ABK. He's getting a full haul. Fastest lap, not quite fastest lap. That definitely goes to Tigger. But regardless, that's all she wrote for tonight. What a race that was. Again, you never got a break apart from the safety cars, and Kevin the Gardner with driver of the day. Out of nowhere. That's a good redemption arc from the mishaps in the sprint race earlier tonight. So there you go. Now Waraboy takes P5. Now, if I remember rightly, that is 10 points. At the minute, that will put him on to 83 points, which will put him 5 points up on Fluxy. So again, very little to play with. But again, that can make all the difference. All the difference. As we see, and again, speaking of championship, I forgot to mention, double podium for Alfa Romeo. So that is, and fastest lap to go with it. So that is a very good chunky haul of points for them as well. We'll see. I'm curious to see how that will affect the table after this one. We'll find that out when Bassink does the tables. So yeah, again, a fantastic track, provides such great racing, and yeah, we've been given a treat tonight. Right, what are your closing thoughts, Reblets? Oh, he's disappeared from the commentary booth. All right, well, that's something, isn't it? Where's he gone? Well, let's have a look. We got a couple of penalties right at the end. If it will let us see it. Looks like it won't. Well, it looks like we'll jump in and have ourselves some interviews. Now, who shall we bring in for this? Surely, if we can, we'll bring in our race winner. Where is he? Can't find him. Here he is. Let's bring him in. How you going, ABK? You're in the commentary booth. What a win. How was it out there?
Man, I saw Tiger just gaining every corner.
Mate, it was on it. Absolutely on it.
He was on fire. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you really went for it though. You stretched out those hards as far as they go right to the end. How are they starting to feel? How was the drop off across the whole stint? How was it?
The tires felt fine. I knew the guys with the fresher tires had a bit of work to do because I had like five different guys with the old hard tires, so I could just fly away. Gotta thank Nordal for holding Tiger back.
Absolutely, and worked out a treat for you as well. And shame we didn't see your teammate up in the battles as well. But again, the Williams were showing good pace in the sprint race, and yeah, it was good to see you finally, not finally, but bring it through for a race win. So yeah. Congrats and good stuff. But yeah, tell you what, there was some hectic battles going on. You were right in amongst it as well over the first half of the race.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think there was incident between Fluxy, John Honoi, and someone else as well at the end of Sector 1. And yeah, thankfully no one DNF'd from that, but yeah, it got intense there.
Yeah, absolutely it did. But yeah, again, regardless, fantastic job on the win, mate. You got 2 more rounds to go. Yeah, give him hell. We're looking forward to seeing you at Coda next week.
Yep. Thanks for that. I'm going to do my best, and hopefully I'm at the top again.
Yeah, absolutely. No worries. All right. Take care. I'll send you back to Williams.
Thank you.
There you go. Words from our race winner again for Williams. He's going to give them a good points haul for both his driver's title championship chances and also for the team. Let's see who else we'll bring in here. I reckon we should bring in our P2 man. Where is he? Can I find him? Doesn't seem I can. Where's he going? Can't believe this bloke. Right, okay. Well, never mind. There he is. I'll pull him in here. G'day, Tigger. This is Nick in the comm box. How are you out there after that? For the words. How are you after that P2?
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know what to say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you sure as hell had the pace over that race and in the sprint race as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again,
It was fun. I almost got, if I had one more lap, I would have got ABK, I reckon, but he was too quick, I think.
Yeah, he did a good job of pulling out a margin after that safety car. But yeah, again, your pace was red hot. Even on those old hards, you were setting the fastest lap of the race. I mean, did you just have the setup hooked up well, or have you done a bucket load of practice? Or
it's called going into time trials and taking the setup. That's
there you go. Yeah,
exactly.
The King strat.
Exactly.
There you go. So yeah, absolutely earned it. Again, had a bit of a fun battle with your teammate on that last lap as well. Strucker made you work for it, didn't he?
He did. Especially Nordal. I think he cost me the race win, the little bugger. But
Oh yeah, he defended like mad, didn't he? But yeah, again, well done. Again, you provided us with some great racing all night, and yeah, again, congrats on that. Again, how did it feel actually going from 18 lap all hards to fresh softs after that safety car?
It's the best feeling I've ever had.
Yeah, I feel that. So yeah. Again, congrats on P2. We'll look to see you come back swinging as well. Grab a win at either Coda or Trois Rivières over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, mate. We'll see what happens.
No worries. All right. Again, thanks for coming in. We'll see you then. Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. All right, and I reckon last but not least, we'll have to bring in our new unofficial championship leader. I feel like. So let's bring in Werribee against his will. How you going, Werribee? This is Nick in the Convox. How are you out there? You're now our new unofficial championship leader. How is it?
I don't know yet. I want to see what's going on with the reports because I heard there were a few crashes, collisions, things like that. So I wanna wait before I celebrate.
Fair call. Fair call. We
Yeah.
did see quite a few mishaps. 4 safety cars over the whole race, of course. So yeah, plenty to still be decided. But again, luck changed hands so many times tonight. How was it just going through that roller coaster all night?
Pack racing, I really enjoy pack racing, but it's really nerve-wracking when you have people who are desperate to win, get podiums, and get points, and everyone's on different tires, so the grip's different between the drivers. I think in the top 6, there was me on the softs, Tiger on the softs. There's some people on old mediums, some on old hards. It's one of those situations where you have to adapt really quickly because not everyone has the same level of grip, like you would find at other stages of the race. So it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm just happy that I didn't get into any large incidents or get any damage, and I think P5 is a pretty good position to finish.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. But yeah, again, that's what we love about this type of racing, isn't it? When either safety cars or just other mishaps come around and just throw strategies onto their heads, you have to think quick on your feet. It's just great fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really fun, and I'm lucky to be. I think I was ninth when the first or second. Was it the second one? No, the third one. The one that came out, I think, on lap 19 or 20.
Yeah,
Because I was gonna wait and see what everyone did ahead of me, and when people stayed out, I went in because having the softs against the hards is just a superpower. So yeah, I was a bit fortunate with my position on track. I know SGN was really, really unlucky because he was leading, and as the safety car came out, he just gone past the pits and everyone behind him pit. So yeah, the championship's not over. I'm just gonna practice for the next 2 races, and we'll see what happens.
absolutely. You've got it all to play for. So yeah, I'm sure I don't need to tell you to, but give it your all, mate.
I will, and I hope that everyone else on the grid can compete as well because it's going to be a lot of fun if you have 5, 6 people fighting for the championship.
Absolutely, and I mean the racing's been close throughout all the last or throughout all of this season in the Prodigy class, and yeah, it's amazing to see more people get in. So yeah, absolutely, bask in the points for now, and yeah, we'll see what happens over these crucial 2 weeks. Hey,
Yeah, I can't wait. I think we've had 5 winners in 6 races. I think ABK is the first double winner.
yeah,
So
absolutely. So
it's a very close championship. I'm excited to see what happens.
it sure is. But yeah, I say for now, take care, have a good night, and yeah, we'll see you again.
See ya.
Let me just move you back. There we go. So yeah, it looks like that's just about going to wrap us up for round 6 at Japan for the Prodigy division. Again, fantastic race. Hope you all had a great time. Don't forget to sub to the stream as well. Gets rid of all the cheeky little ads that come through every now and then. And yeah, that's it from me. Of course, Reblett's had to shoot off early, but yeah, we love having him in here too. And yeah, again, my name's Nick. Thank you for coming along, and we'll see you again. We've got the Elite League, of course, tomorrow. Be sure to tune in for that. Some serious pace and heavy hitters in that one as well. So be sure to tune in. And we got F2 on Friday too. So the week is surely not over. So yeah, again, be sure to jump back in. But from me, that's good night. I'll see you then.